things. Oh, sorry. I should shut up now. Or are we going? Okay, let's go.
No.
Hey. Oh. Oh. Okay.
Hello and welcome to Derp Derp and Friends Reviews. I'm Derp Derp.
I'm Ski Nerd. Am I in the picture? I can't tell. Yay! There I is.
Yeah, you're in it. It's just covered by the camera.
Yep.
And
Mm-hmm.
we are here to review Army of the Dead. But first, I figured since I usually watch one movie a week, I'd start with honorable mentions.
What do you mean honorable
Just
mentions?
like mention the movie I watch.
Oh. Okay.
But first, like and subscribe, comment, and remember our goal of 1,000 likes, we watch a season of One Piece. 1,000 comments, we watch a season of Case Closed. For
So,
everyone.
I mean, so in to back my own case, that made no sense. But please watch the videos, but don't like and don't comment because if we have to watch One Piece, that'll just be horrible for me and just
Please
please
like.
don't. Just no.
If you want to watch him get tortured, watch like.
I mean, we can review like other things, just not One Piece, please. I mean, I saw like the first 30 episodes, but that was like a while ago. So
Uh,
yeah.
One benefit too, if we watch One Piece, we'll have a few friends join us, so it won't just be the two of us.
I suppose that makes it a little better, but
Because
still,
Matt will join us,
it's
or
so many.
Molecat will join us, and Haas will join us.
There's like over 1,000 episodes. Can we just not and get to something else? Like Umbrella Academy. I started rewatching that again because the new season's coming out August 8th, so I gotta watch that. I've been watching Shameless. That's really good. Um, then just recently watched the Deadpool and Wolverine movie. What? Wow, that's fantastic.
For a movie I watch this week on my own, I watch the movie The Beast Within. Right off the bat, I give it 4 out of 5 stars. It has Kit Harington in it from Game of Thrones. He's really the only notable actor. And it's basically about a little girl named Willow who starts finding out the dark secrets of her family. It starts out with it being like her dad's a werewolf, and then it turns out at the end that it's just her way of coping. That her mind makes her think that her dad's a werewolf when all serious he's just abusive and an alcoholic.
Spoilers.
So I really liked it for that matter, because even the werewolf did not look cheesy, because it does show her dad in werewolf form. It did not look cheesy. It made me feel like I was watching the Underworld movies with that kind of CGI.
All right.
It, 4 out of 5. Go watch it. It came out and should still be in theaters, or it might not be because it's independent movie. Those usually don't last that long.
He would know. He's been working in a theater since he could walk. So
Uh, Now to get to or next week with our movie review, I'll probably give a brief review of the movie Trapped, because I'll be watching that tomorrow.
but I want to watch that.
You want to come with?
Sure. Yeah.
uh, it,
I'll watch it. he's actually good now. He was good at the beginning, and then all his movies sucked, and then he started making good shit again.
It all
So-
depends on how late your D&D runs, because we're going to 9 o'clock.
Oh, on a Monday.
Yeah.
9 o'clock. I probably won't make it. No. Because we usually go till like 9:30 now. We start a little later, so.
Now to get to what we came here for. Army of the Dead.
Yep. Oh, so it was a movie about an army base, and
It starts out
There's,
Army
like-
base. Basically,
there's, like,
Area
twinkly-
51.
there's like twinkly things in the sky, and these army guys are like, look at those twinkly things. Man, I wish we could go there someday. Fast forward to them in a rocket ship, going up into space, being like, man, I'm gonna explore all of these. Oh wait, that was Star Wars, wasn't it? My bad. Oh, Vader. You silly. Okay, back to seriousness. Army base and a convoy. Okay.
Basically, Army base is Area 51.
Yep, they're coming out
They
of.
allude to it.
They're in Nevada, so that's kind of the only army base around. And they're convoying. Well, you have Shazam driving the car, and he and his
Zachary
friend.
Levi.
Yeah, he and his friend, what's his face, are talking about what could possibly or not possibly be in the thing that they're hauling. It is, it could be
They mention
the
a whole
Loch Ness Monster.
bunch of
It could be the Holy Grail. It
whole
could
bunch of mythological items. Holy Grail.
it could be water from the water. What they call the water of life or something like that. Fountain of Youth.
Bigfoot.
Yeah, it could be Bigfoot. They list all these things off, and coincidentally, coming from the other direction is newlyweds, and the wife decides to give the guy a special newlywed treat, and as she's humming on him, there's a crash, and you can't really say that it was the military's fault, but it was most definitely the military's fault.
They were
because
both distracted.
Instead of paying attention to the frickin' road, they were paying attention to, oh, what could possibly be in there? The Holy Grail. And they were like, I don't mean the Holy Grail. What do you mean? He's like, well, I mean the, and then there's a huge crash, and then there's death and explosions, and the couple dies. And then they're like, oh my god, there was a crash. So all the army people get out their guns. They're like, oh my god, they're looking around like, what happened? And then the leader guy, he's just like, Papa Bear to Mama Bear, we got a situation. We had a traffic accident and people are dead. And she's like, all right, well, is the payload secure? And he's just like, payload? What the fuck are you talking about, bruh? Yeah, payload, yeah. No, is the doors open? And then the lady's like, oh, you should probably get out of there. Get out of there, run. He's like, you don't want me scared? No, you should definitely get out of there and run. And so that's exactly what they don't do. They go towards the open box, and they see this like monster beast inside, and he starts attacking the army people or the soldiers, and and one by one they start going down, and these two guys that were driving in the front that caused all this ruckus, were like, we need to get away. So they start running away, and they're like, quiet. I think it's hunting us. And then they get hunted to death. And ends up with this big monster beast guy looking over Las Vegas, and then the two guys he just killed, the driver people, like waking up and kind of going over to him. And which begs the question that I was thinking at that time. What about the other people? Like the people that he just got out of the box, and then there's all these other soldiers that he killed. Why did they run to him? Like that doesn't make any sense. Because they turn quick. They turn really fast. Anyways, that was an intro. And I talked about a lot. Then they had the opening credits, which was actually really nice. It was a whole montage of Vegas falling, basically. And
Showing the basically all the main characters are the ones that came out of Vegas.
they're the survivors of Vegas, basically. Like you have your Rick Grimes and your Daryls, the ones that can actually survive. In the opening credits, they were basically they were saving people and trying to break out of there. And at the very end, it's really sad because Dave Bautista and Selma Hayek are like, "Oh my God,
So
we made it."
Selma
Whatever. People don't know what I'm talking about.
Ana de la Reguera.
What? Selma Hayek? What's her? I don't know her.
Ana de la Reguera.
That wasn't Selma Hayek?
No.
I thought it was Selma Hayek. I thought
No.
it was Selma Hayek. Well, no wonder she didn't have a bigger part. Okay. Spoiler alert. It's okay. Like literally everyone dies. So, including all the extras and all the zombies and all the cooks and the people who wash the dishes, the dishwashers, they definitely die, and the casino dealers and the security guards, they're all dead, and the only people who aren't dead are the cockroaches. And what I mean by cockroaches is the tiny people. They're the size of like this, and they're basically like the fetuses, and they're the only ones that really survive. And they're just walking around. The zombies are like these they're not fetus. I mean like babies, like crawling around shit. Fetuses. The babies like crawling around on the ground, and all these zombies around them are like, too easy. We don't want to eat that. And so they just let them crawl around. They only like prey that they really want to eat. Anyways, I'm on a stupid tangent, so shut up, me, and we're gonna go on ahead. Anyways, so Dave Bautista, who's the main character, he is working at a restaurant, and the guy from Shogun, the Japanese guy,
Hiroyuki Sanada.
yeah, that guy.
Also Scorpion in Mortal Kombat.
Oh, was he?
Yep.
Huh. And the guy from Shogun, he says that there's $200 million in this vault underneath the Vegas somewhere. And he was impressed by Drax's, what's his name? Scott, that's it. Scott Ward. Scott Ward's ability to survive Vegas.
That's exactly why I have the castle.
Yeah, that's probably probably a good thing to have. Just sort of more accurate. I gave like every character a nickname, so it's all good. So he wants him to gather a team, and out of the $200 million, he's going to offer him $50 million to divide amongst his crew, whoever he hires for the job. And so then it cuts to these two women. One is Ella Purnell.
Kate.
I don't know her. I know the actress's name, but I don't know the character's name, which is really funny.
What I figured we could do with these is when we mention a character for the first time, say who plays them.
Oh.
And now we meet
Kate Ward, a.k.a. Ella Purnell.
Kate Ward, played by the actress Ella Purnell.
actor Ella Purnell, who was in Fallout, which is a really good show, which this guy needs to watch. Maybe we should do that one next, huh?
She was also in
Huh?
the Yellow
Do
Jackets.
that. Yeah, she was in Yellow Jackets too, for the one and only good season. Um, he hasn't watched Fallout, and I don't know when he will, but when he does, he's gonna be blown away, and he still hasn't, even though I told him how great it is. And I know my head is cut off, but I don't care. I'm gonna keep talking. So, these two women, one is Ella Purnell, and she's talking to some woman who wants to get enough money to escape this encampment that they're in. That's
The
that's
woman's name is
surrounding
Gita.
Gita. Her name is Gita, and she wants to get money. So, in order to gain money to get out of this encampment that they're in, they have to go into the zone, which is basically Las Vegas on lockdown. And in the open credits, they
put a whole
announce
bunch of shipping containers and created a wall.
giant wall surrounding the zombies, which is pretty good, considering. Oh, excuse me. That every other zombie movie
They aren't
that
that
they
smart.
have, it's never done that fast. The best scene in the opening credits was after they failed with um, dropping a couple bombs and shit. They sent in paratroopers, and this poor paratrooper, he has his pistol out. He's shooting this horde of zombies as he's parachuting in, and they just eat him right away. Oh man, Band of Brothers would be. Anyways. So these two women are there, and then there's this dickhole security guard. He's just like, "Hey, are you guys volunteers? Oh, you guys are acting a little weird. Maybe I should
Played
take your temperature."
Theo Rossi.
Theo Rossi, played by Theo Rossi. What's his character name?
Burt Cummings.
Bert. His name is Bert. Bert Cummings. He's like, hey, Kate, it looks like you're coming down with something. I gotta make sure you're not turning into one of these zombies. I gotta take your temperature, unless you prefer my anal temper. What is it called? Anal temperature.
Anal thermometer.
Anal thermometer. That's it. I knew the words. Anal thermometer. And it's obviously obvious to everyone that he's a freaking creep, and he takes her temperature, and when all that's done, the other lady's like, "Hey, he could have lied and said your temperature was way lower, and you would have been, shot basically, because there's horde of zombies and they're trying to contain this shit." So. Looking at my notes. Oh yeah, after that scene, Scott Ward has a nightmare, and it's basically him killing his wife, who had turned into a zombie, right in front of his daughter, Kate Ward, played by Ella Purnell, a Fallout.
Wasn't necessarily a nightmare, it was more a memory.
Yeah, well, he woke up from a nightmare too. He was sleeping.
But
He wakes up and he's like,
the nightmare was a memory.
Yeah.
We just don't find out till later.
Yep. And he immediately calls the Scorpion back, or the guy from Shogun back, and he's like, "Yes, hey, I'm ready to do the job." And the guy's like,
Blythe
"Oh,
Tanaka
great,
is his
woo!"
name.
Blythe Tanaka?
Yeah.
Mr. Tanaka. Mr. Tanaka's like, "Yay, you're doing the job. So, in this job, you need to recruit at least a pilot, a safecracker, and anyone else, basically, that..." Oh, God.
Hmm?
It smells. I wonder why. Let's see. Recruitment. Oh, right. So he has to recruit a team. So he goes up to who I thought was Selma Hayek, who's not. What's her name?
Maria Cruz, played by Ana de la Reguera.
Yeah. Uh, Maria. Maria's like, hey, we're like I think she's like a mechanic, and they know each other. They're family or whatever. And he gets her in. She's like, yeah, I want to go. I want to make money. And
She was
so,
also with them in Vegas.
oh, was she?
Yeah.
Okay, makes sense. And so they get the pilot. Was in Star Trek. I forgot her name. Star Trek Discovery.
Marianne Peters, played by Tegan Nodoro.
Oh, okay. Marianne Peters. She's the pilot, and she's like, hey, they're like, and every person they go up to, they offer them less and less money, and everyone takes it. So they want 15 million each, Mechanic and Batista, and they offer her $2 million to fly. She's like, yeah, I'll do it. And then they offer the next guy $500,000, and then the next guy $250,000 just to see like if people will take the money. And it's just like, yeah, they will. Of course they will.
Then they go to a guy that is saying during like water aerobics or water therapy in a pool.
Yep.
With an old lady.
And in the opening credits, he had this giant ass saw cutting open a car, and he gets distracted by a zombie and cuts the zombie in half, and that's just pretty fun.
And it is the character Vanderho, played by Omari Hardwick.
Mm-hmm. So I just call him the swim guy because, yeah, that's how we know him. All right. Or swim guy or pool guy. So swim guy. And then so they gather all the people. Oh, they and also gather this maniac who is a YouTuber who shoots zombies for fun. He puts that on YouTube.
Mikey Guzman, played by Raul Castillo.
Okay. And so then Mr. Tanaka
is two team members not worthy of note.
Yeah. So Mr. Tanaka is there, and he's like, hey, here's the plan. So the plan basically, in like 10 seconds, is walk into this hotel, go down into the basement, crack open the safe, get the money. There's an old helicopter up there, fuel it up, and then escape on the helicopter. And they have basically 3 days until a nuke. They know a nuke is going to be dropped, and they got 3 days to do it. And let's see. Oh, right. Then they have Cromartie. I forget his name. Cromartie from Terminator: Sarah Connor Chronicles, or
Martin, played by Garrett Dillahunt, who also played as John Dorian in Fear of the Walking Dead.
Yep, he's the shoot 'em up cowboy guy. And he's the head of security for Mr. Tanaka. And he's like, yeah, I'm going to go along with you fellows. And it's just like, everybody like looks at him and like, they're like, yeah, we don't trust this guy. For 1 second. And so they need one more person. So Drax, or what's his name, Tim or Scott Ward, he goes to his daughter, and he asks her like, hey, I need your help with something, and then I can give you some money so you can go to college.
Oh, we did forget to mention, even though this is the movie that takes place after Army of Thieves, we forgot to mention Dieter.
Oh, right. I thought that was implied. Yes, they go up to Dave Bautista and Maria, or Scott and Maria go up to, they need a safecracker, so they go into this safecracking store and they find Dieter in the back and they hold up the blueprints. He's like, oh my god, it's this giant ass safe, which
is
the fourth safe.
And final.
which is really good. They find him, and he's a cool character, and I can see why they
Made his own standalone
prequel.
movie.
Yep. Um, anyways, yeah, I forgot about that. My bad. So the plan, and then Scott asks his daughter for a favor because she's a volunteer at this encampment surrounding the Las
Quarantine
Vegas
zone.
city. Yeah, in the quarantine zone, and she has access to buses, and she knows people there that can get them into the city because that's what they need. They need a tour guide like really bad. So let's see. She doesn't want to agree to it at first, but then he mentions like this money will pay for college. You're gonna join in, but you're not gonna go in. That's a rule. That's not. You're not gonna break that rule. Anyways, she's a bus driver, so she drives them all into the place, which is pretty exciting. Ella P now wants to go. Oh, she learns that the woman she was talking to at the beginning, um, she goes in without Ella's knowledge. Or I'm sorry, what's her name again? Not Ella, but Kate. Kate. She sees these two girls, and she's like, "Wait, what happened? What happened to your mom?" And they're like, "My mom went in there to try to get something, and she didn't return." And she was like, "What?" So she then leads us to our next character, the the Coyote is her name, also known as, or his real name's Lily.
Played by Nora Arnazeder.
Yep. So the Coyote, um, they kind of wake her up and they're like, "Hey, hey, we need to hire you." And she's like, "Oh, okay." And Ellie finds out, or Kate finds out that she led them, she led that her friend into uh, the the zombie zone basically, uh, to get some to try to like loot stuff and make money, and they didn't come back, and she punches her in the face, and she's like, "What the fuck? Why do you let them go? Do you know that she has two kids?" And she's like, "I wouldn't have let her gone if I known she had kids, but I had to escape out of there. They went in and they never returned, so I had to leave." Um, so so that's fun. Um, let's see. Oh, and then the coyote is like, "Crap, we need one more tour guide." And then she turns around and she sees Mr. Cummings, the douchey security guard. Um, oh, and she goes up to him. She's like, "Hey, you want to make $20,000?" He's like, "Hell yeah, I'm gonna join in. I love money." So he comes and joins them, and they're all gonna go on this adventure together, and it's super cool. And it's like, why is she recruiting him? I guess he kind of knows the area. Um, and he starts playing with pool man's or the swim guy's saw. He's just like, "Hey, check this out, ladies. I got the saw." Walks up to Kate and he's like, "Hey, I bet you like me now, eh, baby? Huh? Yeah, I bet you like me with this saw." And the swim guy comes up to him. He's just like, "Hey, I don't want you talking to that girl anymore. And I don't want you touching my saw anymore. You got any problems with that?" He's like, no. He's a total weasel. Um, let's see. So they enter the place, and it's really exciting to see this place, and it's really quiet. And they mention the dead zombies on the ground, and they're actually not dead. Um, they're they can get woken up if you bother them.
They're basically just severely dehydrated.
Yeah, and they're just all like, there's like a pathway in the middle where they can walk on each side is just zombies that are just there, and the coyote's like, man, when it rains, it smells really bad. So I wouldn't recommend being here when it rains. zombies.
And
And
mentioned
Deidre's
that
like, Deidre's like, what? Rain? Oh, how, when is it? It's gonna rain?
and mentions that it wakes them up too.
Yeah. So then they immediately stop because they hear a sound, and we are introduced to Valentine, which is a
Zombie tiger.
yes, it is the greatest zombie tiger ever, except for Shiva. Um,
Well, she wasn't a zombie.
she turned into a zombie for like 2 seconds, so we never saw it. Because she got bit, but I think they put her down right away. Anyways, uh,
We also
others.
never see any zombie animals in that series. Ever.
but she got bit. So
Yeah, but zombies eat animals. We never see zombie animals.
that's true.
That's my point. Because I don't think they can turn zombie in that universe.
No, I don't think so. Anyways, but we can imagine. Anyways, it doesn't matter. We'll just let it go. Then we're introduced to what's known as the others. So there's regular zombies and zombies that can think, and they're really, really fast.
And
You
smart.
try to, yeah, they can think. They're smart. They have memories, which is pretty crazy. But some of them are really fast. So and it's not a zombie place for zombies and undead where they just eat random things that are just there. It's basically their home. So I envisioned it as like a modern day, like like a D&D like underworld where everything's undead and it's the world evolves around that, which is kind of cool. And then we're introduced to the zombie Scarlet Witch, which is really cool. She looks exactly like the Scarlet Witch, and that's who I thought it was when I first saw her. So what they do is, or what the coyote does after they see the zombie tiger or Valentine, is she immediately shoots that security guard in the leg and knocks him down, ties him up, and
To offer him as a tribute.
yes, in order to pass through the territory, they have to offer a tribute so they can pass through safely. And they kind of ask, like, what do they do with the tribute? Oh, yeah, they take them up to this random hotel and bite them and turn them into a fast zombie. Because if you get bit by one of the intelligent ones, you turn into a fast zombie or a higher intelligent zombie, basically. And so the Scarlet Witch takes the sacrifice, and immediately she's like, yeah, we need a sacrifice. We usually take people who are assholes, like this guy who likes to rape girls. Yeah, I know what you do with your power. He's like, no, I've never done that in my life. That's a lie. That's a lie. And it's just like, okay, whatever. Fuck this guy. And then we see the greatest thing in cinematic history, the Larry is Magic poster. Just look it up. Super fun. It's in there for like probably 10 seconds. I wasn't even watching the characters. I was just drawn to this poster. And then it cuts to what I call Soldier Boy. He is the male king zombie, I guess.
No, there's two male. The one without the staff, and then because the one with the staff is the original. Zeus is what they call him.
Oh, I thought there was just one.
No, there's two.
One man guy.
No.
Then who's the other one?
Just a random guy.
The guy that puts on the helmet?
No, the guy that puts on the helmet is Zeus. But then there's one other.
Oh, that was walking with Scarlet Witch, right?
No, yeah, because we are introduced to Zeus when they turn the security guard.
Yeah. That's what I have in my notes.
Yeah.
There is magic, and then
There's two male alphas.
Okay. Well, I'm referring to the one that is in love with Scarlet Witch.
Yeah.
So that, I guess, I didn't know his name was Zeus. Now I know his name is Zeus. So now we all learned something. And learning is half the battle.
I don't remember where they mentioned it. I remember also learning it the first time I watched the movie.
Zeus is shoulder. I thought that guy was just like a lieutenant.
No.
The side guy.
The guy that we see turning the security guard.
That was Zeus, right?
No, he comes in after.
Oh. Well, I missed that. Maybe I was writing notes. I don't know. Doesn't matter. You can watch it and you can make up your own minds. Okay. Alright. So, then it cuts to the group trying to move into the hotel. They gotta go through some buildings and stuff. And
here's Scarlet Witch.
Yeah.
There's Zeus.
That's Zeus, yep.
Zeus.
Zeus, Scarlet Witch.
Zeus. I know that there's one other.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. You can look it up later. It's all good. Anyways, so they go through these buildings and there's a crap ton of zombies in there, and the coyote mentions to them, "Hey, don't look at them with your light. Don't make any sound, and don't shine your light in their faces." And so one of the guys, I think it's the YouTuber's like, "Well, how are we supposed to get through?" And she's like, "Well, we need to make a pass." So Dave Bautista, he's like, "All right, I'll go first and make a pass." So he takes out his glowy sticks and makes a path or whatever. And so they start going through this maze of zombies, basically. And before Cromartie goes, or what's his name again?
Martin.
The head of security guy,
Martin.
Mr. Tanaka. Martin?
Yep.
He's talking to the YouTuber's friend, and she mentions, and the group mentioned this before, like, "Hey, we don't trust this guy. He's gonna backstab us. We can't let him do much." So she blatantly says it out loud, like, "Hey, I don't trust you. I'm gonna go behind you," because he wants to go last and probably screw everyone over. So he's just like, "Oh, fuck this bitch." And as they're going through, because they're going through one at a time, and there's spacing, he takes the glowy stick, and there's a fork in the road, and he puts it down the wrong path to get rid of her. And as she starts going down the wrong path, they're single filing going through this maze, and Dave Bautista leading the way. He gets out of the maze, and people are slowly coming through. She's going the wrong way, and she has to kill a couple zombies with her knife. She makes like a couple stealth kills, and the third one, the hand is put down over some like pots and pans or whatever, and it starts to slide a little, but this girl's unaware of it, and so she starts moving down, and all of a sudden, if the pot and pan falls, it makes a huge noise, and all the zombies start waking up. And it's just pandemonium, chaos, cats and dogs living together, horrible stuff. And she's basically surrounded. She's dead. Like literally any zombie movie, she's gonna die. There's no way she can get out of it. However, I was I was very humbled in this scene. I don't even know her name, but it's the bandana girl. We'll call her the bandana girl because she was wearing a red bandana, and her weapons are knives and pistols, and she takes down. She takes on a lot of zombies, like 40, 50, 60 zombies, um, until Marty, the Mr. Tanaka, Martin, Mr. Tanaka's head of security, um, he's the last one, and the YouTube guy's like, where's my friend? And he's like, oh, I don't know. She was right behind me. I don't know. We need to get the hell out of here. And I think the scene right before then is um, Martin. Did I get that right? Martin, the douchebag guy. He locks the door, and she's running behind, and she tries to get through the door. She sees him through the window. Like, the fuck are you doing? Like, open the fucking door. And he's like, nope, fuck you. And you're like, oh, yeah, she's dead. And so the YouTuber's talking to the Martin guy, and he's like, where is she? And he's like, oh, I don't know, she's behind me. I don't know, but we gotta get out of here. I don't know if she's gonna make it. And she, as soon as that is said, she breaks through a window, and she's still alive. And you're like, holy fuck, how is she still alive? And so basically, this scene is so cool. It's basically John Wick, but with zombies, and she's just like kicking ass. It's so cool to watch, and she comes out. And you're like, yes, she survived. I knew it. I knew she survived. And of course, she gets surrounded by zombies after killing out 10, 15 more. She gets surrounded by zombies, and instead of saying, that guy fucked me over, she says, run! And I was like, no, this is your opportunity. What are you doing? Tell him the guy's betraying you. Why would you do this? Anyways, so the YouTube guy takes out a gun, and some of them have gasoline tanks for the helicopter fuel. And he shoots the gasoline tank, and it explodes in a cool explosion. It has super slow motion, cool sound. It's the sound. If you want to hear the sound of a gas can exploding, watch this movie. Let's see, Maze of Zombies. Oh yeah, in my notes, all that to explain Maze of Zombies, noise, girl dies. So after this scene, this is when they reach the hotel, and you're like, yes, they finally made it. Actually, in my mind, I was like, wait, they made it already? That was quick. I suppose Vegas isn't as big as I originally thought. It's kind of a small area. Let's see. And then they notice like dead bodies of like other people in gear, and they're like, Dave Bautista's like, wait, there were other teams before us? And everybody turns to Martin, and they say, wait, what was that? Are they doing another season? Wait. Oh, so, hold on. We gotta hold it. This is an Orville update clarification. So this just everyone is clear on the news announced this morning about season 4. Let's go. Season 3 was terrible. Seasons 1 and 2 were fucking amazing. Season 3 was terrible, but can they save it with season 4? I don't know. Maybe. I didn't read that. I was looking at the audience. Anyways. Oh, after that, they have to start the generator. So Dave Bautista and his daughter Kate have a heart-to-heart, be like, oh, you never really talked to me, and I always thought it was because I killed your mother, even though she was a zombie at the time. And nice, that is totally true. You seen that guy, right? The hitman guy. Fuck. Yeah. Sorry, he has other images up about the. Anyways, don't listen to me. Don't listen to me. Oh right, Drax and Ella Purnell have a heart-to-heart about their mom and how she hasn't been talking to her dad, and he thinks it's because I killed your mom, and she's like, no, it's not because you killed your mom, it's because you weren't the same after mom died. Like, you were distant. And Dave Bautista's like, well, I mean, it's a very my King restaurant. Haha, that's funny. Um, apologies. The memes are distracting me. Um, heart to heart, and um, you were rear distant, and he's like, every time I got close to you, you reminded me of your mother, so I didn't want to be too close, and they were kind of apart for. And at this moment, we learned that it's been years since that initial zombie outbreak in Las Vegas, and outwardly I was like, wow, wait, years? So it's probably like 2 or 3 years since this happened, and they've contained this zombie outbreak, which is pretty amazing that they did it for that long. Um, no, I understand that. Okay. Anyways, so they get the generator working. The lights come on. You know, all the sounds of a casino you can hear. All the slot machines are lit up. All that stuff. Um, and then there's a scene where Martin and the coyote uh, walk back to the beginning area, and she raises her gun and starts shooting, and Martin's like, "Hey, what now?" And she's like, "Oh, we just gotta wait." And it was a weird scene because it's just them, and like, why are they out there? That doesn't make any sense. Um, but we find out that Martin has a special weapon. He has a machine gun, uh, and on the bottom it looks like it's like a 48 millimeter grenade launcher. But in reality, we find
Shoots
out.
bolos.
Is that what they're called?
Yep.
Bolos. So bolos are like um, capturing devices. So it's a
It
string.
wraps around its target.
Yeah, that's it. Wraps around its target so it can't move, and shoots that at the Scarlet Witch, and the other zombie alpha guy that's with her
Not Zeus.
attacks. Yeah, the non-Zeus alpha guy. He goes and tries to attack them, and Coyote kills it, and
Or bolos.
he's reloading the bolo, but she shoots him in the head. So the security guard, or not the security guard, the not Zeus alpha zombie uh, gets killed, and Martin, for whatever reason, like, I thought they were capturing her, and then he takes a string or a rope thing and cuts her head off.
It's a garrote wire.
Garrote wire, yeah. I knew that, which is why I didn't say it. I knew. I was just testing you. Okay. Cuts off the
Assassins who use it. Or...
Yeah, cuts off her head. The head's still alive because it's a zombie. Well, duh. And he's like, man, and she's like, I thought you needed a blood sample or a blood vial, and he's like, yeah, but the head is so much better. I can get so much more money for this. And he mentions to her like, yeah, we're gonna take this blood and make our own zombie army. If you can control a zombie army, you can do anything. And it's like, okay, we definitely know Mr. Tanaka's intentions. That's pretty wacky. Um, and then it cuts you down by the vault where Dietrich and the swim guy and the YouTube
Dieter.
guy. Oh, sorry, Dieter. Dieter, the safecracker. Um, they have to get through a series of booby traps leading up to the vault, and they have so the swim guy takes a zombie and he's just like, "Go forth, zombie, go forth," and the zombie immediately turns around and starts attacking them, and so he has to go back up and he comes back down, and he starts heating a zombie hand to the microwave, which is great, and you're like, why is he doing that? Okay, and he's like, well, this thing wants meat, so we're gonna give it meat. So he heats up the hand and tosses it towards the vault, so it's gonna trip all the pressure plates. So the first pressure plate is tranquilizer darts. The second pressure plate is machine gun fire, and the third one is walls crashing in and it squishes the zombie. And what's his name? Dieter?
Dieter.
Dieter. I almost said Dietrich again. Dieter. He's like, yay, yay, we got all the traps. This is great. So they're able to go to the vault, and he can open his fourth vault. After he opened the three in the previous movie. And he mentions like, yes, I can open this vault. It's life or death. And this black guy who was like spouting like poems and stuff, and like wise quotes or whatever. Don't really know what he was saying. Or no, what was he talking about? He was talking about what if we're in hell, and these other dead bodies that we see.
What if it's just an ever looping
Forever
time skip
loop.
where we just keep going through, getting sent through until we finally make it?
Yeah, it was an interesting thought experiment kind of thing, and then Dietrich or I keep calling
Dieter.
Dieter starts talking about his vaults, and he's just like, oh, this is the last vault, blah blah blah. This is life and death. This is the victory or defeat kind of a thing, and the swim guy's like, I dig that, and they start bonding. You're like, yeah, they're bonding. Let's go.
The whole philosophical part at first kind of makes you even think, wait, is this really how it is? Is it really like a video game in the movie?
Yes, it is. Okay, so then on television, they learn that they're going to drop a nuclear bomb, the government is, and they move it up 24 hours. So instead of having a day and an hour and a half, now they just have an hour and a half. And so he has to be able to crack the safe, they have to get the money out, and then get on the helicopter in an hour and a half. And they're like, shit, do we have enough time for this? So the bomb was up. Let's see. And then right after that, Soldier Boy, or the Zeus, as he likes to be called, goes out and knows there was something up because Scarlet Witch was screaming. And in that scene, we also find out where Kate's friend is. And she's trapped in the hotel with all the zombies, and they're going to be used as sacrifices, is obvious. So the Zeus guy takes one of them, and yeah, that's her fate. But then, right after that happens, um, uh, Zeus comes out on a dead horse, on a zombie horse, which is really cool, or an undead horse, and he finds Scarlet Witch headless, and he gets all pissed off. He just, he finds the body. Look, they left the body there, but the head is gone. So he takes the body back to the throne room, I guess, where they turn people into zombies.
Olympus Hotel.
Yeah, and he digs like into her stomach, and you can see that there's a tiny undead zombie baby fetus, like, and you're like, what the fuck? Wait, makes you think, like, was she pregnant when she got turned into a zombie, or were they banging and they were growing this zombie baby in her belly? It puts a huge question mark on how that whole thing works. Oh, sorry. I did for the audience. You got to do it backwards. Otherwise they get confused, even though they can't see it. Just use your imagination. Okay. Anyways, I don't even know what a runtime is, but it's probably going pretty long.
It's
Almost
just
an
under
hour.
an hour.
Jesus Christ. All right, we're gonna try to finish this up really quick. Sorry, folks. All right. So after that, Dieter gets the safe open, and he's like, "Oh, I got the safe open! Oh, hooray!" So they start taking out the money. Coyote sees one of the money counters and weighs it, and he's like, this weighs a nice. Has a nice weight to it. It's like, oh, what's she doing with that? Foreshadowing. Let's see. Safe opens. It's basically there was the Scarlet Witch funeral, which I was talking about earlier. Kate starts looking for her friend, so she escapes the hotel to go off on her own to look for her friend. And David Bautista notices this, and he gets pissed off that she left and scared and all that stuff. And then the dead army, or the undead army, start attacking, because now the Zeus guy is fucking pissed off. He puts on a helmet, and he takes all his zombies and starts just attacking the hotel en masse, like every single zombie he sends in there, basically. And he's leading the way. He's like, I'm gonna take revenge. You killed my woman. You're all gonna die. You broke this treaty. And then there's a scene where Dave Bautista and who I thought was Selma Hayek, the Mexican woman, what's her name, like Mary or something? Maria, Maria. They're like, oh yeah, we're gonna go find your daughter and we're gonna get out of here. And that's when, like, they open the door and there's a crap ton of zombies and they're all surprised. And they all get rushed, and Maria, her neck gets 180'd. And this upsets David Bautista, as it would. It makes sense. Let's see. And they're all trying to escape, and Cromartie leads the way because he has the key card. These iron hatches up top, and yes, can't wait. He betrays the Coyote because Coyote's just behind, and he's like, "Haha, I got you twice. I got you twice." And in my mind, I'm thinking, wait, when was the first time? When was the first time he betrayed them? Because he didn't do anything first time, right?
Yep. Throwing the away from the one girl.
So it was something. It was like an inside joke for himself. Got it. Ha! I got you twice. Got you twice.
Because they didn't know about it.
Yeah, nobody knew about it except for him. That's why I was confused. I was like, he got her twice. What are you talking about? So they're portrayed by Cromartie or Martin, the Tanaka's guy. And
now I want to see Garrett Dillahunt playing in a live-action Cromartie High School TV show.
Yeah.
Just because you keep calling him Cromartie.
Yeah, Cromartie is in the Sarah Connor Chronicles. He's a Terminator that they take out his chip and they reprogram it so he doesn't have his killer instincts anymore. And these scientists are studying this Terminator machine. Speaking of Terminator, they are coming out with an animated Terminator series. I believe it's August 29th, which is the Judgment Day, and
this is what I
that's
think
pretty cool.
of whenever you Call him Cromartie.
Yeah, I have no idea what that anime is. Anyways,
It's
it's
hilarious.
Well, the audience can't see it, of course, but you just take our word for it. All right. And then we have the Dead Daddy Rage, where the Zeus comes down into the vault area after they're getting ready to leave, and it's just Dieter and the swim guy that are down there, and they're getting like the last of the money out of the vault, and he comes down. There's all these zombies, and he sends the zombies first, and they kill all the zombies. Now they're out of bullets, and then you have Dead Daddy Zombie attacking the swim guy, and the swim guy's strong, but this guy is like mutant level strong. Plus, he has his Dead Daddy rage, and you don't fuck with the dad who's grieving for his not only wife but undead child. Wait, unborn dead undead child. I don't know how that works. Leave a comment down below. Oh wait, no, don't leave a comment down below because that would be worse. Okay, that was a weird picture. So they get into a one-on-one, and Swim Guy is about to be defeated. He's about to get bitten actually on the arm, and Dieter comes to save his life. I forget what he has in his hands, but he hits the Zeus in the head. That was a word. Hits Zeus in the head. Oh, what was that? Wait, go back. Give this student no pencils. What?
It's a
Okay.
Cromartie reference.
Okay. Anyways, so what Dieter does is he takes him and throws him into the vault, and he starts closing the vault. And as he's closing it, Dieter gets taken away and he gets killed, which is very sad.
We don't see it.
We don't see it, but I'm pretty sure he got killed. Let's see. So, Swim Guy in vault, and Dieter dies. Cromartie. Oh, and then this is where Coyote betrays Cromartie. Swapped the money counting machine with the head. So he thinks he's coming, he has a bag with the head in it, but nope, it's just a money counting machine. He's like, fuck, she betrayed me, how dare she? And then we get to see Valentine again, and Valentine takes his revenge all out on Martin, or Cromartie, or whatever, is Tanaka's guy. The head of security, and gets brutally killed. Like it plays with his food, like this,
like a tiger should.
And it was one of Siegfried and Roy's tigers. Takes his time, killing him, which is nice to see. So he dies, and then they're all escaping. They're in the casino level, trying to escape with the money that they have. And there's a lot of chaos in there, zombies everywhere. Dave Bautista is like kicking so much ass. Holy shit. That was cool to watch. And then YouTube guy gets bit, which is really sad. I wanted him to make it, but he didn't, of course. And he has like 4 grenades on his chest, so he pulls the pins on them, and he blows himself up before he can get eaten alive. So they make it to the roof, and which is where the helicopter is. And during this whole time, the pilot, she's been trying to get this started. There's been a couple fires here and there trying to get this thing started, but she finally gets it started. And Coyote's there, and Coyote has the head, and the Zeus comes up to the roof, and he's there, and he sees them all, and immediately she's like, "Oh crap!" Takes out the head, puts a gun to its head, and is like, "You need to get on the helicopter. You need to fucking go right now. I'll make it."
So she gets distracted. She keeps looking back at the helicopter, and this Zeus guy is super smart too. And so while she's looking back distracted, he takes a steel rod and just uh, javelins her right in the chest. I think it was, yeah, right the right side here, right in the chest. So she's up against a wall, still holding the head, and she's just like "fuck you," and she takes the head and drops it, and the head splatters all over, and the big Zeus guy kills her. We don't know how, but it must have been brutal. Um, so it's just the pilot and Dave Batista, and they're like, "Oh, finally, we're out of here." And he's like, "I gotta go back for my daughter," and she's like, "What are you fucking kidding me? How much time do we have?" He's like, "Uh, about 9 minutes." They got 9 minutes to get to the other hotel roof, go down, grab her, and escape on the helicopter. So that's exactly what they do. They go back to the other hotel room. Uh, Kate finds her friend with another woman there, and they're trying to fight off these horde of zombies. And she kills the rapist guy, um, and he's a zombie. So that was cool to watch. And then somehow I don't know how, but the the Zeus guy zombie, he makes it to our hotel really quick, like really quick. And I don't know how. Maybe it was his horse, but makes it there, and they have a shootout, and Dave Bautista comes to rescue the girls at the very last minute, of course, and they're like, "There's helicopters on the roof. We need to go right now." So they all go up, except for one of the women dies. Um, she gets uh, eaten by one of the zombies. It's like, yeah, she was not really a character, so it didn't really matter. They go up to the roof and they notice the helicopter's gone. And of course, the helicopter at the very last second is like, "Hey," she's like, "Hey, I'm here, awesome." And they're all like, literally taking their time. They're like, "Oh my god, she made it. Oh my god, you made it." And they're all talking to each other on this plane, and with Zeus behind them. And I'm yelling and screaming like, "Fucking go! What are you doing? Stop wasting time. No, get up. Also, the nuke is coming. Stop talking to each other. What are you, stupid? Go!" Anyways, so of course the Zeus zombie comes and he jumps onto the helicopter as they're trying to get away. They're like, "Oh my god, who could have seen this coming?" Well, no shit. You guys are fucking stupid. Um, so they get on the helicopter and they're fighting the zombie, and the pilot accidentally gets shot in the shoulder. Batista's arm breaks. His pistol hand is the zombie breaks it, and eventually in the fight he gets bit, and um, the pilot maintains control, and she's able to get them above the walled city, and they're able to escape. However, that's when they see the nuclear missile come, and that explodes, and there's the what do they call that? The wave shock? No, boom shock. What do they call that? Sonic boom, or whatever. I can't remember the word. The uh, anyways, the whatever it's called, the sonic boom of from the nuclear missile, and they start losing control even more, and the helicopter crashes, and because Batista is bitten, uh, Kate has to, they end up talking, and they're talking about lobster rules. He's talking about making a food cart.
Yeah, the whole movie he's talking about buying and owning a food cart or food truck.
Yep, food truck stuff, and turns into a zombie, and she shoots him, and she's all upset and blah blah blah. So pilot's dead, Batista's dead. I don't know.
Kate lives. I don't know about the friend. I don't know if she dies or not.
I would assume so, because otherwise she probably fell out of the helicopter.
Yeah, maybe it was. She was a non-important character. She was only there because she was important to Kate. That was it. And
Because the helicopter crashed.
yeah,
So you
So-
think
who knows? She must have died on impact. But then it cuts to someone coming out of the ground. And look at that, it's Swim Guy! Wow, it's Swim Guy, oh my god, he's alive! And he has all these bags of cash, and he finds a car, and he drives to an airport, and he's like, I would like to rent that private jet over there. And she's like, oh, that's already owned, you can't rent it. And he pulls out like stacks of money, he's like, can I now? And she's like, okay. And so he gets on the private plane. He's popping champagne. He's like, "Yeah, I'm just toasting to victory." He's popping the champagne with the stewardesses, and they notice that he's a little cold. She's like, your skin is a little cold." Well, he's like, "I just need to go to the bathroom." And he looks on his arm. He's in his bed, and he starts laughing. And that's how the movie ends. Okay, cool. And done. Oh god, that was way too long.
rate the movie.
After party. Out of 5. Say a good 4.5 out of 5.
I'd say 4 for me. Because I've seen it before.
Yeah, 4.5 out of 5. Just because like there's a lot of new zombie concepts. Like the zombie concept of intelligent zombies isn't new, but how they did it with some of them being fast and some of them still being regular zombies, and then they got the queen and how they have an actual like kingdom. Oh, I should be in French, shouldn't I? They have an actual kingdom, which is really cool to see, like a modern day undead, an undead race that has actual rules, and it's their home. Like in every other zombie thing, it's if you have intelligent zombies, they don't really care. Like if you're talking about what was that? The one with Woody Harrelson in it.
Zombieland.
Zombieland, yeah. Those zombies were intelligent, but they weren't organized in any way. They were more had to do intelligent wise with hunting and stuff like that, and they weren't on purpose, taking sacrifices and stuff like that to get through the if you want to go through our land unharmed, you have to give us something. And turning people into speed zombies or intelligent zombies was a brand new concept, which is really cool. And then we should do like best death and worst death, or like the coolest death, I guess. The best death, you could say Martin dying.
Mm-hmm.
That was good death.
Just the brutality of it and the actual seeing it, because real life tigers play with their food.
Yeah.
Actually seeing how a tiger would actually act.
Yeah, that was really cool. What was the worst death?
For me, it'd be, even though we don't know for sure he's dead, Dieter, because I don't like off-screen deaths.
Yeah, that's true. It's an implied death, but because he's got to be alive, because if you think about it, Zeus is an intelligent zombie, right? And he's only going after people who he deems are actual threats. And I don't think he would see Dieter as a threat. Because when he went to fight him, when he went to fight the swim guy, the swim guy stepped up and he's just like, I'm here to fight. And Dieter was just like cowering. No, well, maybe, well, yeah, definitely cowering. Oh, man. I miss going on. Sorry, it's been a long session. All right, so what was I talking about?
Dieter.
Dieter, right? Um, he didn't pose he didn't pose a threat. So and he died. He didn't die on screen. It's just implied, which means that he's alive. He just didn't escape. But it also doesn't make any sense because wouldn't have he escaped with the swim guy? Or maybe he left before the swim guy.
Probably before,
something.
yeah.
And
But there is most
but
likely no chance
there's also the nuke.
he'd survive the nuke.
Um,
Unless if he found another vault to stay in.
unless you know he got maybe he just got knocked out, and the swim guy came out and it was just like, oh shit, and they know that the nuclear bomb is coming, so the only safe place would be that vault, but then you have to worry about the nuclear radiation too. So I mean, if the swim guy got out, then Dieter definitely had time to get out himself in his own way. I mean, he's strong enough, he's smart enough, he could have done it, because all the zombies were following their king, right? They were following Zeus. So any leftover zombies that were alive would have followed him instead. And yeah, because he controls the dumb ones too, so he would have had the dumb ones come as well. But that was cool. I think we mentioned the best scene was with the bandana girl.
Mm-hmm.
She just her ability to survive on her own, just through all those zombies. She had to have killed like 80 zombies, like in total before she died. Like if she wasn't betrayed, she would have been the most badass person, like there. And it's a shame that we don't get that to see more of that character, because just based on her survivability alone. But maybe she'll get her own. Well, she won't get her own movie or anything. But she's definitely a character that's. Well, maybe they would have like a 1 hour special of like how her and the YouTube person like met or something like that. That would be something like that would be cool if it. But only if it included the YouTube guy. If it was just her, it wouldn't work out because her character wasn't developed enough. But other than that, yeah, Dave Bautista's character I liked, and Ella Purnell's character. They were really heavy on the drama. They wanted to make more dramatic, which you can have. But I was in a movie like this, I was kind of bored by it. And I was just like, come on, yeah, we know you love each other and you have to get all through this crap, blah, 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 blah. But other than that, it was really good. It was really cool to see, even at the beginning, the what was his name? Shazam guy.
Zach Levi.
Yeah. He, like, a big star like him to be in this movie, just even if it was just for, like, 5 seconds.
He wasn't even credited if it is him.
Yeah, but we all know it was him. We all know. Yeah, but even the origin story of like, okay, where do they find this zombie at the beginning? That's really cool. But
yeah, it's not in his credits.
Yeah, it's fine. He didn't play a big role anyways. I'm sure he was just there for fun. It's like, oh yeah, I'll do a couple scenes. Yeah, no problem. We'll do a pro bono. But yeah, I thought it was 4.5 stars out of 5. Very entertaining. I mean, it's not Oscar worthy or anything. It's not like I would probably need to see more of the world to get a better appreciation for it. But it was a good clean family fun. All right, cool. That's our review. Hope you one almost an hour and a half. Wow, that was really long. I hope our editor can edit out all the uhs and ums to make us look better.
Please like and subscribe, comment. Remember our like and comment goal of 1,000. We counted before. We're at 733 likes. So we need 267 more until we watch the first season of One Piece. So please like, comment.
Or just watch and don't like and comment. Or you can dislike. We don't count dislikes. You can dislike it.
And
That works for me.
catch us Wednesday for Pokemon D&D.
Oh yeah,
I believe we'll have to do Dros and Fells on Thursday.
that's fine.
I work Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, so in order to fit D&D, Pokemon, we'd have to do review on Thursday.
This is my tired smile. I'm tired.
And catch us Thursday for the
Thursday.
episode 9 and 10 of Dros and Fells.
Thursday, episodes 9 and 10 for Dresden. Wednesday for Pokemon D&D.
And next Saturday for a movie of his choosing.
Yay! I don't know what's gonna be yet, so it'll be a surprise. Even to me. Alright, cool. I'm Skeeter, that's...
Derp derp.
And that was our review. Do-do-do-do-do. Sayonara!
See you guys next time.